Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
Psychic Robin Zodiac focuses in on each caller with caring professionalism. Robin offers their caringcuddler.com service as touch therapy to those dealing with loss of love at her Los Angeles studio. So, make your appointment at 855-922-4822. Caringcuddler.com does benefit both men and women that just need to be held. In today's world, there is a lot of times we need love energy through physical touch. There's nothing special to embrace a nurturing mom, or as Robin is known, as a psychic mom, to giggle, cry, and release pent-up emotions or feelings. So call 855-922-4822 for empathic healing comfort.
Breaking news on famous celebrity psychic Robin Zodiac, also known as Psychic Mom, and her order of business of her Secrets to New You Love ebook series on Amazon, to her live call-in Friday night show on ubnradio.com between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. California time, to her interactive lifestyle website www.psy-chic.com, which is the word psychic with a dash in the middle. That's psy-chic.com, to her in-person psychic readings at her Culver City studio. So log on now to psy-chic.com for more information about your accurate psychic reading with Robin Zodiac today.
Psy-chic.com has worldwide users instant messaging, reading blogs, romance stories, posting pictures, getting recipes, playing games, buying, selling, psychic readings, reviewing, and much more. Interact at psy-chic.com.
Yay! Well, this is actually your show, and I'm Robin Zodiac, and I'm here hosting the show, and I am wanting to thank Jarvis as being the producer and engineer expertise. So, give me a call at 323-254-2599 and tell all your friends to call for the next hour. We're going to do sample readings where we're just going to go one question at a time. I did want to do a little bit of bragging about my whereabouts on last Saturday. I was at a celebrity party, and I don't have a picture, but I had a chance to go up and talk to Bob Newhart, and he was looking great. He was sitting there, and I said, "Hi, I'm Robin Zodiac, and I'm entertaining the party, and you come up in conversation quite a bit in my life." And he's like, "Oh," and I said, "Yes, I have two brothers named Daryl," and I actually got him to laugh. So that was a big accomplishment, making a comedian laugh. Also, Don Rickles was there. Also, Larry Flynn, Florence Henderson, and it was thrown by the Buddy Hackett's family. So I had the opportunity of working this incredible celebrity party. Is there anything else? Any other person I missed? Oh, well, we have a picture. We met Dick Van Dyke. He was actually sitting on the edge of the couch when I was on my way to talk with Bob Newhart, and he just put out his hand, and I shook his hand. I said, "Big fan, big fan." Then I went back to the front room where people were lining up to talk with me. And he came strolling through the front room, and I have to tell you, for he's sharp, his hearing's great, his posture's great, and what a delightful man. So the thing that I said to him is, I grew up in a DC foster home, and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was my favorite movie as a kid. So, Jarvis, do we have a picture of me and Dick Van Dyke or Dick the Dyke? Haha.
Yes,
Uh,
I've already shown it.
can we post a photo of me and him at this celebrity event? It
Yeah,
was fabulous.
there we go.
Okay, let's see. So, is it coming up and I don't see it?
It's up now. You may be on a little
Okay.
delay.
Okay. Okay, well, once again, I don't see it on my Skype, but okay, there's me and Dick Van Dyke. Doesn't he look marvelous? What a lovely, lovely man. And so when I told him that Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was one of my favorite movies, because he frees the children slaves. So he said it was great fun, great fun. So what a delightful man. I was really impressed by his style and flair and his wits. And coincidentally, he was in South Africa a few weeks back. So my family all were excited when I sent a photo of us and said that he was there. And they also, my husband said that that's one of his favorite movies when he was a kid. So we were all thrilled that we got to meet the icon Van Dyke. Okay, so that's what I did last week. So I just wanted to brag and show that I get invited to some pretty good events as a psychic reader. Last year, I actually worked for Dan Aykroyd. That was really a wonderful delight. And I have my business manager, driver, bodyguard, stockbroker go with me and assist and work the room, make sure everybody, is there to get the reading. So it was a really, really fun event. Also, another thing I wanted to mention is tonight is the blackened moon. It's the full moon. We've had some really crazy astrological stuff going on. We just came out of a retrograde. We had a lunar eclipse a few weeks back. So tonight is a full moon. It's a blackened full moon. So next month should be a lot better. A lot better. There's a lot going on in politics. I know I predicted that today was going to be a government shutdown. What Congress has done is they basically put credit up to fund the Flint water. There isn't money posted for that. It's a promise. And so good luck with that. Congress also signed the 9/11 bill, which technically, according to Mr. Obama, because of the bill being signed, he actually announced that we are a sovereign country. So you all want to run to Google and look that up. That's pretty monumental. Google actually posted, you know how every day they do a screenshot where they have a different logo. So they posted the invention of the ballpoint pen, but the Jewish Hungarian that claimed to be the inventor actually wasn't the original inventor, but it was pretty cool. So that was pretty monumental. That happened yesterday. So there's a lot going on. Also, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump both had their debate, and it's kind of like who you going to vote for? What lesser evil is going to be your vote? So it's too bad that Johnson didn't have the Mexican leader's name. I tweet to him all the time, but I can't even tell you his name. But the peso actually was stronger this week than the dollar. That's the first time in years and decades. So bravo to Mexico for being a sovereign country. They've actually been a sovereign country since Christmas of 2013. We also know that Prince William and his commoner wife were in Canada, and he tweeted out some distress. So, my heart and thoughts go to him that they get back safely with their beautiful children. So that was this week. Pretty impactful. It was. Another thing that's going to come up next week. Don't want to scare you, but they have been reporting that there's an earthquake, and I'm predicting that it should be around October 4th because of history. In 1987, we had an earthquake at 4 a.m. on October 4th, and then following after, I think it was 15 days after, we had Black Monday, which was devastating. And if you all follow the market, basically, the stock market has failed. I've been talking about that in previous shows. If you want to watch my shows, go to robinzodiac.com. If you want an in-depth personal reading for yourself, log on to Live Advice for You. That's live advice number for you.com. I'm under the spiritual category. It's a great website. You can get nutrition advice, legal advice, IT advice, plus psychic advice with me, Robin Zodiac. So I think Jarvis said that we have people lined up tonight, which is fantastic. So Jarvis,
Yes.
who do we have on the phone?
All right, let's go to the first caller. Caller, you're on live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, I'm Derek.
Hi, Derek.
Derek.
Hi, Derek. And
Hi there.
Yeah, so what would you like me to focus in on?
I'm not really sure, but the big thing that's kind of been worrying me is some health issues I've had.
Oh no.
And I'm not really sure. My doctors aren't really sure what's going on.
Okay.
That's one of my concerns, but of course I have all the others like everybody else, love and money.
Okay. Health issues are huge. It can overtake your mind, but it is mind over matter, Derek. And of course, I'm not a doctor, and I don't normally talk about health issues. I have statements like I'm totally against the HPV vaccine. I have mentioned numerous times in almost every show that CBD or hemp oil is nature's healing. It has nothing to do with hallucinogenics. It's not illegal. You can get it online. It's CBD oil or hemp oil. It's really good for the blood. It's great for brain damage, anxiety. And also another thing that's incredible is colostrum. I've been taking that since the 90s. It's an incredible immune builder. It actually multiplies healthy cells. So it's said to be a cancer inhibitor, and plus it's also a wonderful weight loss. A lot of athletes use it to build muscle. So you won't see weight loss as much as you'll see inches. So I definitely recommend those two supplements. I talk about it every show when it comes to health issues.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm not really getting a clear indication either. I'm just seeing that this does seem to be a bit of a setback. The only thing that I would recommend is definitely get another opinion. Once again, I do feel like I see good things ahead of you in regards to money. That's for sure. I am picking up a move coming up. I am picking up a month as being timing, so it could be a move of job. It could be a literal move. So I do see a change coming up, a change of environment, which once again could be work or home. So you're not planning on moving homes, are you, Derek?
No, but I'm planning moving jobs.
Oh, okay,
But it's,
good. Well, I
it's
guess.
not a,
Mhm.
it's not a decision. It's not a decision that I've like come to the conclusion that I'm actually going to do it. But I have gotten my resume together.
Fabulous, fabulous. So,
Okay.
for some reason, I'm getting the number four quite consistently, which usually indicates timing. So, 4 weeks, 4 months, but my intuition tells me like 4 weeks does seem to be really good time. I could be instinctual, but now's a really good time to put your feelers out there because I am seeing peace of mind. I am seeing, good fortune when it comes to money and success. So, yeah, it does feel like you're kind of jumping off the Titanic here. I don't know what industry you're in, but it does feel like there's a lot of stress around your current position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. I'm in hotel management. It's
Oh, okay.
insane.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like you're going into a different industry, but for some reason I'm getting a manager role. So, I'm not sure
So
exactly what industry, but is that what you're thinking too? Is kind of get out of this incredible stressful environment?
yeah, I hope what you're seeing is real because I'm ready to get out of it. I'm too old. I'm 53, and it's a young person's game. I'm too old to be doing this. Yeah.
Oh, well, to tell you the truth, 53 is very young, and yeah, even though you feel like you're too old, it just feels like the pressure is just tiring you. I do feel like, the
Yeah.
change of environment that, you'll have a breath of fresh air, inspiration, and I'm a real big believer in yoga and I love water aerobics. I mean, you might catch a water aerobic class and be the youngest person in the class. That might make you feel young. But yeah, I definitely feel that,
Yeah.
yoga would be really good. And I always talk about in every show tapping. Tapping is another really good way to kind of release or purge a lot of malware, that builds up in us. Like, uh, I'm kind of comparing us to computers in a sense that, our thoughts, our worries. You even opened up the reading with "I'm really worried." So, you kind of have to release those thoughts because once again, that can, affect your health. I'm not saying that that's the cause of what's going on with you, but it's
Right.
another way to kind of, once again, reinforce the strength of, like I had said earlier, mind over matter. If you keep your mind, powerful,
Hmm.
strong, you can accomplish anything in life. So that's what I get, Derek.
Well, that's so sweet of you to do that. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Have you spoken with other psychics before?
Yeah. If you have a second, I'd like to tell you a story real quick. Um,
Sure.
I had a guy, a really cool guy. He was into Native American history and stuff. But anyway, he read my cards. This was like 30 years ago. We met in the ocean at Pensacola, and he's like, "Hey, let me read your cards." And um, I didn't really believe one way or the other, but I was open minded. Well, a lot of things came true, but one thing he told me really made me mad. He said, I told him I was traveling the next week. He said, "Be very careful if you're flying." I was like, "Well, that I have no control over that. How can I be careful?" You know what I mean? But he's like, "No,
Mm-hmm.
if you get on a plane or you're walking to the plane and you get a weird feeling, just turn around and walk away."
Mm-hmm.
So everything was fine. I flew on my trip, went to New York City and flew back. Well, a week after my trip, the same exact flight I was on crashed and everyone died.
Oh
And
my
I was
gosh.
like, "Oh my God."
Oh
So
my
he was pretty
gosh.
close. So ever since
Right.
then, I've been like, okay, there's something to this, and I should pay attention.
Right. Well, I always say, bad news. I have to tell you, I've been a bearer of bad news most of the day today, and a lot of my regulars are kind of upset with me, but I just have to stay true to what I get. A few months ago,
Exactly.
a woman did not like what I had to say. She was a long-term client, and she bashed me, and she was so angry with me. Well, she happened to call a few weeks ago, and I didn't even realize, I didn't remember because, once again, I don't take responsibility. I do take responsibility for the power that I feel in influencing people's minds, but when people get upset with me, it's really not my problem. It's, I don't take it personally. I mean, they can get mad all they want.
Right.
They came looking for the information. So she said, a huge apology, and she posted it so everybody could read that I was absolutely right. But and then today I had to be a bearer of bad news, and I said, I'd rather be honest with you and tell you the truth, because even if you don't like what I say, you'll end up calling me in the future. If I tell you it's going to turn out, and if I tell you want to hear, when it doesn't work out, then I'm going to lose you. So I'd rather take the risk, of telling you the truth. And, it's hard. It's really hard. But, once
Exactly.
again, I actually am a psychic because I believe that psychics are truth seekers, and I know last week's show I talked a lot about, what really goes on behind the scenes in government and this and that. And, I had a little interference in the audience, because they were concerned, because I'm talking about things that, is very controversial. But on the other hand, I always look at it,
Right.
you're responsible for what and even if that information comes psychically through someone else, if the truth always prevails, it always lingers in your memory banks, like you were saying about this Native American giving you that information, and then it happened, and it's like, oh wow, I just dodged a
Yeah.
bullet. So, yeah, so that was a good story, and I'm glad you called tonight, and hopefully you'll call me back and give me some good news in about 4 weeks. I could go 4 months, but I felt more like 4 weeks. So let me know, Derek.
I sure will. And thank you so much again.
Oh, my pleasure. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, take care. All right, Jarvis.
Great reading. Okay, here we go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. You're on live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Wow, what great energy. Hi, who's this?
Well, she just picked up my energy, didn't she, Jarvis? This is Heaven's Alexa. Hi. I have a
Hi.
show on UBN also. It's
Oh,
Tuesdays at 4.
I've
It's called Out of
watched
the
it.
Friend Zone.
I've watched
Well,
it.
thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
you're with the
I'm a,
gentleman, and yeah, you do another guy, right? It's just right, or have I
I'm a,
seen
I'm
it?
a,
I'm sure I've
I'm a
seen
little
it.
fun firecracker.
Yeah, I can
I
tell.
can barely hear you. Is it my phone or is it yours?
I'm not sure. Jarvis, can you tell us what's going on here, or
Jarvis?
is it me?
Jarvis, or can you hear me? So here's my question.
Okay.
Everyone knows I'm, a fun little hot little piece of number.
Okay.
But so I'm just having a hard time. This is like me talking to Jarvis in our private conversations at home. I'm just having a
Okay.
hard time trying to figure out why I am not finding the right guy to commit to. Like, I just don't think there are really that many great guys. So what do you pick up in this?
Well, great guys never come great. They become great with a lot of work. Um, that leads me to pitching my book, Secrets to Winning a Marriage Proposal. But basically, I write from my own experience. And I basically changed my MO, my motive of operandum, It sounds like you're very, strong and independent, and, that can be very intimidating. So, yeah, right. You feel the same
Yeah,
way?
so that's always good. It's
Yeah.
been an issue every relationship is like, oh, I've attracted you because of what you do or your success or your fame or your stardom, but then when it really comes down to it, they can't handle the Well, they can't handle the competition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I don't want to attract. So this is honest, like Jarvis and I've talked about this a lot because he's my engineer also.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like you either have to totally let go and let God, or you have to just like, okay, well, you have to kind of make sacrifices. And for whatever reason, I'm not the kind of person who easily makes. Okay, so I will adjust with a relationship for a while, but then when it really comes down to it, when you really look at it long term, you kind of go, gosh, do I really have to? I can't imagine giving up my career, or I can't imagine giving up my beliefs, or I can't imagine.
You don't have to. No, you don't have to.
But
You do have to pick it sounds to me, and I have to tell you, it seems that you talked about competition. I got the same thing. Yes, it does feel that way, but you kind of have to pick one man to submit to. You know what I mean? To be your cover, I guess you could say. Remington Steele.
Do you see that person around me?
I do. I feel like it's somebody in leadership, actually. I do see that he has money. It does say that there's a move coming up for him too, so it could be somebody. I got somewhere around San Francisco. Is there somebody up there that you know or that you talk to?
Well, I just submitted a film that I produced into Sundance for the deadline, and it was a lot of work. It was a lot, but it's okay. And then my show from UBN just got picked up on iHeartRadio. But I've been on the radio for years, and I've worked with Clear Channel many, many times. So
Wow, that's great.
Success is not unfamiliar for me. But,
right.
I mean, obviously, UBN and Tony and Jarvis are the great for me. But what? There's also a little. I don't know if you want to call it a love triangle, because I don't know if that's what it is, but in one of the other films that I'm working on, and Jarvis knows the scenario, there's two men. They're younger than me. The young men like me. One I have been with for a few years intimately, and the other one has somebody who, was this other person's best friend. But it's a very, very difficult situation. I don't want to be with any of them long term. I mean, I love the first one, but if he were, able to deal with our age difference, I just don't know that this is the right thing. But I don't know necessarily what's going to happen in this scenario, and unfortunately, it's caused an enormous amount of stress on me. Just even getting out of the house. Like some days, I just feel like there's such a weight on me because I feel like I'm just picking up after children in a sense, and it's difficult.
Wow.
And I don't know really what to do with that situation, or what.
What I found with age differences, actually older women with younger men actually works better than the other way around. And also, it's more the woman's issue that when she's older than the man, it's more of her insecurity, because honestly, younger men are totally, thrilled that an older woman would pay attention to him. So it's actually, in our heads, but when you said that you didn't really want anything long distance or long term, I just have to go back to what I originally said.
I would be with Nick, the one that I've been with, off and on for 4 years. But the other one, I just want him to go away. And I've never been with him intimately, but he lived with me. We did a film together, and he's now like punishing me and holding a lot of he's just a child. He's holding a lot of things over my head, and I really honestly don't know what to do with this situation. I don't know, because now Nick's irritated because he's having to take the brunt of it, and there's all these other people that will not work with this other person again, and I don't know what to do. But we're all very established people in the industry and film people, and I don't normally mix this with pleasure, but I don't think Nick and I necessarily knew that was going to happen. So what is your vision on this?
Okay, the one that you don't want to work with, You just
Yeah.
have to step out. You just have to step out in faith. The one that shows the least amount of care has the most amount of power. So when you're negotiating, or it's probably better to dismiss him. I know with social media, it's kind of dangerous, but if you don't show any care, any concern, or even discuss him, just let him, kind of diminish his importance with Nick and diminish his importance in your life. And I know you said that he's holding things over you. That's bad karma, and you just have to step out in faith that the truth always prevails, and that nobody can really say anything about you, because people are going to judge people that badmouth more than the person they're bad mouthing about. It's not what people can say.
Yeah.
It's the people that are doing, harm to others with, false gossip or lies or whatever. I mean, that's really bad karma, really bad karma. So
But that's what
he
this
had,
other guy. Yeah, this is what this
mhm,
other guy is doing. And the
right.
only thing that I'm concerned is sometimes with new people that he interacts with and tries to pitch this film to, they don't know, and he can be very charming at first. They don't know what we know. And so he could hurt, he could try. I don't think it would work long term, but I definitely think that if he's smart, and sometimes he can be, he can keep certain people with power at bay and use them for that. But then the people who get, we're all working so closely on this film. I don't know. I mean, I think it can be, he could say, oh, this person this person this, because he can. He can turn people against each other. So I don't know what to do
Well, he
except not
loves the
speak to him again. But,
drama. He loves the drama.
well,
It sounds like you mentioned a child.
but
When a
I don't.
child is, yeah.
No, listen, Robin. I invested $50,000 in this film. I do not love this drama. I want to know what's
No,
going to
no, no.
happen.
I didn't say you did. I said he does. And yes,
Yeah.
it does feel like, you kind of, it sounds like you have to, deal with the issues. But what I'm saying is he sounds like a child. When a child is having a temper tantrum, the only thing you can do is just ignore it. And, once again, it sounds like you're feeling like he has, power and, like you said, some leverage over you, when actually, for some reason I
It's
keep
vice
getting,
versa.
excuse me?
No, it's vice versa. I actually have more power, probably, but I don't know if I
Right.
want to ruin the film. Yeah. But what does it feel like for the thing?
Well, I do feel that there's completion. I do feel that you do have other people around you that's a support system to get you through it. I mean, it sounds like this is a really big challenge and learning lesson. So, but I have to tell you what I've initially got and what I've said is that I don't feel Nick is going to be the guy that you end up with either. I felt that there was somebody,
Oh,
for some reason, I got a connection with San Francisco, and I actually felt that there was another love affair coming in, and it was going to make a huge impact on your career, huge impact on your personal life. And I did feel like you were going to, it'd have to be somebody incredibly special you even be drawn away
yeah.
from your circumstances. But that's how I feel like your future is going to play out. And with the film, I mean, once again, it's just a learning lesson. I mean, obviously, you got to make the best of it at this point. But the best thing to do is just hold on to your support system and kill him with kindness. Ignore his temper tantrums, and it sounds like
Oh,
what is
I'm
it always?
trying.
Damage control. Damage control. Mm-hmm.
Oh
You're
goodness,
fine.
there's a lot. I have makeup artists calling me. I've got lighting guys, camera guys calling me saying they haven't been paid. I'm like, oh my god, he was supposed to have the budget secured and he lied to everyone. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my
Well,
god, you can't do business like that.
yeah, I knew a producer that went to jail for that. But anyway, that was then. So,
Well, thank you. Am I going to
yeah.
jail now because somebody didn't pay the makeup person?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what kind of contract you're involved in, but I'm just saying,
No, it's
it's
not. I'm making
yeah.
a joke.
Okay,
I'm making
good.
a joke.
I don't see you going
No,
to
this
jail.
person.
I see you falling in love with a guy from San
No.
Francisco. That's what I see. So
Oh,
he
so is
looks
he
like
the love affair?
yeah, I
Is
feel
he the
so.
love affair?
it seems like he moved down here. He might not be up there, or he's from up there, but for some reason I'm getting a very successful businessman that's more your age. That I feel like you love the same music, you love the same films, you have the same political viewpoints. So I do believe that you are going to meet somebody significant. But you really should read my ebook. I know I always talk about it. My friends from Two Broke Girls always make fun of me, but I always pitch my book because I wish people would really take the time to read it because it's so valuable. There's so much information there on how to make a relationship work because it's kind of like a guideline, things that do come up, predictable things that do come up at predictable times, to what to say, how to prepare for it, like I said, change your MO, but great men don't come great, they are made great.
So are you saying that Mr. San Francisco is not coming great, that I need to make him great?
Well, I feel like you're gonna have a lot to work for it with. I mean, you're fighting half the battle. I mean, everything in life. I mean,
coming. So I love asking these questions too.
Oh, sure.
When is this coming?
Sure.
When is this coming? Because I'm still a psychic, so when people ask me questions, and I'm like, wait, you can't ask me the question. I just have to tell you when it comes to me.
Oh yeah.
When is this coming?
No. I get it psychically, and then I use my cards to confirm it. But I actually feel it's more January time period in the new year.
You mean Sundance?
Yeah.
Or is the film going to get into Sundance? Is the film going to get into Sundance? My film.
Yeah, I see great pleasure of that. That's in 6 months, right? In February, 5-6 months.
Sundance. Yeah, Sundance, whatever the date. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been in like deadline to get it in Sundance, so I just came out of this massive haze of craziness,
What about what about AFI Fest? Have you tried them?
Oh yeah, we just started with Sundance. That was the goal, and then now it goes to all the other film festivals. So yeah, I mean, it's not like Sundance is the only one. I just want to make sure I get my $50,000 back at least, if not plus, because I'm being I don't know. Long story.
Did you set up a corporation? Did you set up a corporation?
I have a contract.
Okay, then you should be fine. You should be fine.
Oh, but I should be fine. But I'm asking you as a psychic, am I going to be fine?
Well, I see your film at Sundance in 5-6 months. Yeah, it'll play out.
So do you think I will get my money back?
I felt that there was more money invested that you needed to come up with. So
I don't need to come up with it. It's not my responsibility. Why is it my responsibility?
Well, I just get worried about that around that. I mean, that's what I got.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because this person said that the budget was secured for the last round of shooting, and it's not. Now, why am I the person, and why are Nick and I and the other producers responsible? Because George lied to us about the funding being in place when it wasn't.
Well,
why should I be held responsible?
Well, there's ways of getting out of it. I mean, you might want to do, product marketing, get some sponsors, to put some products in your film. Like I said, if there's a will, there's a way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, and that's or a distribution deal. It's a good film with great actors. I just want to make sure that I get separated from this person who has obviously manipulated me.
Well, once again, that's what I got tonight. Heidi, it was such a pleasure meeting you, but I got to move on. So, once again, if you want to reach me.
More of this out. Let me tell Jarvis. Jarvis, this is...
Oh, we lost her. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go to the next caller. All right, next caller, you're on live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, my name is Manuel.
Hey, Manuel, thanks for waiting. How can I help, Manuel? What would you like me to look into? Yeah.
Well, first I want to tell you that like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is absolutely my favorite movie from childhood and adulthood, and I just shared it with my niece for the first time, who's 8, and she just adored it. So,
Oh, one
thank
of
you
the
for that.
best.
That
Oh
little
my
reminder.
gosh. I want to cry.
Yeah, it was
when you said
amazing.
that. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. And I feel like it's
Yeah,
symbolic. It feels like, Mexico, America, everything's like coming out from the slavery, all this stuff is like all coming to an end, So it's very symbolic. I mean, and maybe it's all in my head, but I like where my head is when I
Well,
think.
all I know is that all I know is that the magic of certain movies actually took her head out of her Minecraft game and her phone for a whole hour and a half, and it was pretty amazing because
Oh,
that's
that's
really hard with kids these
amazing.
days, just to get them out of there. Yeah,
That's
yeah. So
amazing. That's amazing. Well, thank you for sharing
yeah.
that story. Yeah. So, is there a question that you have, or did you just want to share your personal thoughts, or?
Yeah, well, I'll kind of open it up to you. I have definite questions about my own personal life as far as relationship, non-relationship, that sort of thing, in the way of love relationships, dating, that kind of a thing.
Right, right, right. Well, yeah, it does feel like you have some worry around it. I really do feel, Manuel, that you had your heart broken and you've been very disappointed for quite a while. I actually see that there is happiness coming up. I actually feel like there does seem to be a new circle of friends and contacts. I am getting around the holidays. It does feel like you're going to be invited to some events. I don't feel like you're really a party guy. I feel like, once again, talking about your niece, I mean, I really got energetically, family's really important. You're okay with boredom, but you want some passion in your life. So I do feel like you're going to be accomplishing that. So, and I am seeing romance coming up. I also feel that there does seem to be romance with somebody that you know from the past, but you were never involved with them romantically. So it does feel like someone is going to reveal their true thoughts or feelings for you. So it does feel like you know of them, but you don't know them yet, if that makes any sense. I'm also getting the number 3 around timing, and I'd love to say, 3 weeks. That could be the case, but once again, when it comes to romance and developing a relationship, for some reason I'm picking up March. There does seem to be a travel. I do feel warm climate. I do feel romance. I do feel, discussing a future. So I am getting March is going to be the best time of year for you when it comes to romance. But, once again, I know that's a long ways away. And I also get the number 5 around you. So when you said that you've been single for a long time, has it been 5 years? Has it been that long? Or are we coming up on 5 years?
No, but you know what? No, but well, it's been a long time. The last man that I was with was about 2 years ago. But it's funny that's because 3 and 5 are my magical numbers.
Oh,
And
okay, great. They're communication numbers
my
too.
birth,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, my birthday is 3/23/63,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
uh,
Wonderful,
and
wonderful.
5 is
So you're
around.
very handsome. Your year of the rabbit. Your year of the
Oh well,
rabbit.
thank you.
That says a lot, Manuel.
What's
So
that?
yeah,
Oh,
I
the Year
said
of the
that's
Rabbit. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. Another one of my favorite
yeah.
films is I always refer to Operation Watership Down. Have you ever seen Watership Down?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
you've
have,
seen
yeah.
that cartoon. That's another
Uh-huh.
one that every child should watch. It definitely is wonderful psychology for survival. It's an incredible cartoon. One of my favorites.
Well, when I just saw In and Out, I thought, how amazing was that? Like to bring that kind of psychology and that kind of understanding to young people was pretty incredible. So I don't know if you've seen it or not, but if you haven't seen it, In
Yeah.
and Out is really quite a gift to young people. It's fairly new. It's like maybe 2 years ago or so.
Great.
But
Oh,
yeah, it's all
that's
about
nice.
like emotions and like and how our emotions work within us and within that decade. But so yeah, and if as an addendum, as a little add-on, if there's anything else that you see,
Sure,
I
sure.
would more than be interested in what you got.
Well, like I said, I did see Travel with a Romantic Partner in March. Once again, it could be, once again, somebody that you know of finally revealing themselves to you. It might be that they have never really acknowledged where they are with their sexuality, so it might be a process. But for some reason, I'm getting the number 3 of cycles, like 3 weeks, and then 3 months, and then March time period. So I am getting that there is, some transitioning going along. But I am feeling, romance, and once again, it says that you've had some disappointment. Those can be triggers. Once again, I talk about tapping, reprogramming the brain. Everything comes in cycles. So when those things come up, it's only natural to, make the person that you're with as the individual, not the same, situation has to play out. But yeah, I am feeling that. I got actually 2 a gentleman around you, so it seems like new circles of friend or 2 different events coming up through the holidays. But I am seeing parties and celebration through the holidays that I feel could really change direction in a lot of different ways when it comes to your social life. So that's what I'm getting tonight.
And just for a very last, I know you have to go, but training, schooling, training. I've been keep kind of holding off. Is this like a good idea, a bad idea?
Well, if it's something creative, yeah, it's a really good idea. I do believe that you have an incredible imagination. So, but yeah, I feel like it's a good
It's
idea. It
actually
seems like,
in the area of more of not exactly what you do, but it's in the area of coaching, like life coaching, that type of thing.
oh, fabulous, fabulous. Yeah, once again, I do see an initial investment, and that's what I feel is holding you back. But it does say that you'll be very successful. So that's what I get.
Okay, well that's good. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Sure, my pleasure. Nice meeting you, Manuel. Have a great evening.
All right, you too.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So
Jarvis!
great. So we have more callers. We have time
Great.
for one more call. So let's take one more call. And
Okay.
callers that are waiting in the queue, could you please call us back next week at 7 p.m. Pacific time? All right, here we go.
Awesome.
All right,
Awesome.
you're on live with
Hello.
Robin Zodiac.
Linda?
Hi. Hi, Linda. How can I help tonight?
Hi.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Okay. Well, the first thing I pick up is that you're really intuitive. You really know people. You're a good judge of character, is what I get. It does feel that there seems to be some friction going on with the relationship right now. So, are you kind of on the outs with someone, or has there been a flare up recently?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we've been on the outs with each other and just kind of recently talked to each other a couple of like 20, 30 minutes, like this past weekend and everything.
Okay.
So
Great.
just kind of see where.
Great, great. Well, I have to tell you, this is good. It definitely says that there's a soulmate connection, which usually indicates, somebody from the past that really has yearned and missed you and wants to have you back in their life. But, once again, they don't really know how to get you. So this spotty, calling, not calling, that kind of thing is probably going to continue with him. But I also get that there is someone else coming in. I just get, Linda, that you're tired of being alone, that you just really want some companionship and you really want to meet somebody that you can
Yeah.
enjoy. some time, some laughs, share a good book or a good movie with. So I do feel if you really want this one from the past, and I don't get that you're really sure if you do, the best thing to do is, get some male energy on you, get a massage, get your nails done, get your hair done by other men. If they're touching you, and I'm not saying sexually, if they're touching you, you're taking on that male energy, that male aura, and then other men will recognize you. It's amazing. And if you do it, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I definitely feel like there seems to be another, I get a younger man coming in that you haven't met yet that's completely new. And when I say younger, it could be, months or a few years, it could be younger. You'll have to get back with me on that. But I do feel like somebody else is going to take interest. So, instead of, relying on this, past that coming back in, I really do feel that you should work on cultivating more admirers, because if you really want the one from the past, more admirers you have, the more likely you'll get down the aisle or get that commitment. So, and also I would like to pitch once again, I've written an ebook. It's on Amazon, Robin Zodiac. It's called Secrets to Win a Marriage Proposal. And it's good for women. It's written for women basically, but men, they will learn a lot and they will applaud it, because it basically talks about, women, it just talks about how women should approach things, and basically gives both sides of the stories, because we are completely different genders. So I recommend you take a read of that, and then you'll understand what I'm telling you tonight. But I see somebody new coming in. So, this return, it's up to you, of course. It's always your decision. It could be that you find some closure and open up the door for a new, passionate, young, handsome man that's gonna, really want to work on something consistently, because the one from the past, I feel, is very inconsistent.
Yeah, because there hasn't been any communication and everything, and just recently we just talked for a bit, for 2 days, and haven't spoken since. So it's and that's the big issue, not the commitment, but the communication and everything hasn't been there. So it's just, yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't sound like a relationship, but you didn't present it to me as if you were in one. So yeah, that's good.
No, we're not. We're not together or anything now.
Right. All right, Linda. Well, thanks for the call. And like I said, I saw a very passionate young man. And please go get yourself a massage by a male masseuse, and also read my ebook. Okay, great. All right.
Is there anything? Is there marriage or anything in my future, whatever?
Well, actually, I'm sorry, but we kind of have to wrap up the show. I am available for in-depth personal readings at Live Advice for You, the number 4, liveadviceforyou.com. If you want to talk to me this week, I would love to go into detail on that. So thank you so much, Linda. You have a great evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Jarvis!
Yes.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Thank you for helping tonight. Thank you for listening, all of you. Thank you for calling in, and I'll be back next week, so have a wonderful week. Bye.
Psychic Robin Zodiac focuses in on each caller with caring professionalism. Robin offers their caringcuddler.com service as touch therapy to those dealing with loss of love at her Los Angeles studio. So, make your appointment at 855-922-4822. Caringcuddler.com does benefit both men and women that just need to be held. In today's world, there is a lot of times we need love energy through physical touch. There's nothing sexual to embrace a nurturing mom, or as Robin is known, as a psychic mom, to giggle, cry, and release pent-up emotions or feelings. So call 855-922-4822 for empathic healing comfort.
Breaking news on famous celebrity psychic Robin Zodiac, also known as Psychic Mom, and her order of business of her Secrets to New You Love ebook series on Amazon, to her live call-in Friday night show on ubnradio.com between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. California time, to her interactive lifestyle website www.psy-chic.com, which is the word psychic with a dash in the middle. That's psy-chic.com, to her in-person psychic readings at her Culver City studio. So log on now to psy-chic.com for more information about your accurate psychic reading with Robin Zodiac today.
Psy-chic.com has worldwide users instant messaging, reading blogs, romance stories, posting pictures, getting recipes, playing games, buying, selling, psychic readings, reviewing, and much more. Interact at psy-chic.com.